always good to be in Los Angeles. We're inland from the beautiful beaches of Malibu. Chavez Ravine, home at Dodger Stadium since, well, before I was born, before Spilly was born. Rockies getting set to take on LA. They got to turn things around not only in the second half overall, but it begins with LA because the Dodgers are 5-1 this year so far against the Rockies. And it'll be DJ LeMahieu, getting the Rockies the purple tops, taking on 38-year-old Rich Hill. Broke in 2005 as a Chicago Cub. Here's the Southwest batting order this evening for Buddy Black. Blackman, Arenado hitting over 400 against lefties. Trevor Story had 3 hits yesterday. He's up to 270. Desmond Iannetta, Cuevas, Voleka playing first base, and Tyler Anderson. So you'll note that a whole lot of right-handed bats in there to face a guy who really features 2 pitches. He's going to throw a fastball in the upper 80s, and he's going to throw a big, big curveball. For me, it reminds me of growing up watching American League pitchers.
Well, that curveball, he'll throw several variances of it. He could throw a harder curveball that he tries to get the punch out, one that he'll try to steal a strike with. The fastball always plays because he has a bit of a crossfire.
And there's the fastball on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Rich Hill's battled blister issues on his middle finger. Feels like he's gotten them cleared up, but it's just his 9th start of the year. There's that big curveball. I mean, he gets unbelievable bite on his hook. DJ Lifetime 1 for 3 against him yesterday. We talked about what kind of ball game he had. 3 for 4, drove in 5 runs as the Rockies came from behind to win 9-8 in San Francisco. This is off the end of the bat. It's got a lot of English on it. Logan Forsythe handles it, and there's 1 out. Let's take a look at the Dodgers defensively. By fielding percentage, they're 20th in baseball. There's Kike Hernandez. He's played 7 out of the 9 spots on the diamond this year. The only places he has not participated defensively on the mound and behind the plate. And they have an interesting guy at first base in the sophomore Cody Bellinger, because Bellinger, unique, kind of like Ian Desmond. He can play first, he can go and play center field. He's
a freak athlete. We've seen him when he's just running to first base, how he puts pressure on the defense by beating a lot of plays out.
Charlie takes strike 1. Brian Gorman is the home plate umpire. He's also the crew chief. Will Little's at first. Lance Barksdale at second. Ryan Additon is at third base. That misses down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. You know what I mean, though? You go back 30 years ago in the American League, there were a lot of guys like a Rich Hill. Didn't overpower you with a fastball, but it was a curveball league back then, the American League. Charlie had a quiet series in San Francisco, just 1 for 13. He's only faced Hill 1 time, 0 for 1. And Hill gets a strikeout up and away on Charlie. That'll bring up Nolan, and it takes us to Hail Yeah, a big hit. That's brought to you by Mako. Well, the Rockies dugout went Hail Yeah yesterday when Nolan dented the seats in left center field. The Rockies off to a 1-0 beginning. 6 home runs in his last 9 games for number 28.
Well, think about that 1 day off that Bud Black gave him in Texas. Remember that?
That was when he was around 0 for 19.
So for 19, had a day off. They just wanted to clear his mind, and since then he's been going off.
Two strikes on Nolan. Hitting .417 against lefties. Dodgers, like a lot of teams, put 3 on the left side for Nolan. Hill shows fastball, intentionally out of the zone up. It's 1-2.
So Rich Hill brought up an interesting topic several weeks ago when he was going on the disabled list for his blister. And he said, would people be okay opposed to him wearing something on his finger, like a batter with batting gloves, or think of Moises Alou, how he used to tape his fingers?
This is to deep short, and it's on through as it gets under the glove of Chris Taylor. So Nolan with a base hit. And that'll bring up Trevor Story. This is as quick an infield as there is in baseball.
Well, Nolan looking for that two-strike fastball. Rich Hill will occasionally try to blow it past hitters as they're sitting on the curveball. And even with the shift, he's able to hit it hard enough through the infield on the Supermo.
So here's Trevor coming up. He's had an outstanding June. 931 OPS in the month of June for Story. And this is an easier play for Taylor. That'll end the inning. Tyler Anderson preparing to do some work here at the bottom of the first. Downtown Los Angeles. Dodger Stadium tonight, beautiful night. Tyler Anderson getting ready to go to work. It'll be the 17th start this year for Tyler. He's 4-3, as you see. And interestingly, with the 259 batting average, the problem has been getting lefties out, not righties.
It's been interesting, and I think when we're watching Tyler Anderson over the last couple starts, he's been far more aggressive with his fastball. If you think back to the last several starts, it's only been 5 walks. I think it's extremely important for Tyler Anderson to come after this Dodgers lineup, especially in the first inning. For the Win is brought to you by Pizza Ranch. First things first, 14 first inning runs allowed for Tyler. That's as he finds where his secondary pitches are. That's why the fastball command right out the gate is so important.
The Dodgers will begin things with Chris Taylor. He had the breakout season last year. And he swings at the first pitch and hits it high in the air to deep right. And against the wall, Cuevas makes the catch, and he may have hurt his fingers on his throwing hand because, Phil, you've been out there. That mesh there is wire.
Yep. Chain link fence, nice play.
Great play.
That's how you start a baseball game.
One out, and that'll bring up Kike Hernandez. Nod of approval from Tyler Anderson. On the outside corner, well located, strike one. Chris Iannetta, as you can see, doing the catching tonight. Dodgers lost yesterday 11-5 to the Cubs in a game Clayton Kershaw started. Kershaw pitched really well, But again, he's still getting stretched out, coming off the disabled list. The back issue again. It was just his second start. When he departed, the Dodgers were in front. He gave up a run on 4 hits, struck out 6, did not walk anybody in 5 innings. But then the 7th inning happened, and the Dodgers watched the Cubs score 7 times in the 7th on their way to an 11-5 victory yesterday here at Dodger Stadium. Here's some of the images from Kershaw working yesterday.
Asked some of the guys about what they saw, and they said it's not Cy Young quite yet. But you can tell nobody competes as hard as Clayton Kershaw. And nobody expects to do as well as Clayton Kershaw does.
Dave Roberts in his post-game commentary said, yeah, the game ultimately is disappointing because we had a lead and we lost. But the best news coming out of it is our lead dog looked like our lead dog. Strikeout of Hernandez. Tyler Anderson has 2 quick outs.
Third baseman, number 10.
Take a look at the Southwest batting order for Dave Roberts. Known by most as Doc. Justin Turner will bat 3rd. Cody Bellinger 4th. Matt Kemp, who's hitting .306 and having an all-star campaign, he'll be in the 5 spot. Logan Forsythe has struggled. He'll bat next. And Yasiel Puig, he's had a big June. Austin Barnes and the pitcher Rich Hill. Turner in the 9th inning hit a home run. A 2-run shot. Turned into a cosmetic type of blow because the Dodgers at the time were down 11-3. Off-speed pitch, fouled off, 1-1. Let's take a look at the Rockies and how they'll align defensively. Looking at the glove right now, saying, I remember you. That's Ian Desmond. He hasn't had an outfielder's glove on in a while, but he's in left field, the all-righty lineup, with the exception, obviously, of Blackman. And that means Patty Valleca is playing first base. Not all that far from where he grew up. Mom's here tonight for Pat. Fastball at 91, center cut, fouled straight back by Turner.
That's good. Well, for Justin Turner, it does take a while for a hitter as good as Justin Turner is to start to feel the barrel. Anytime you hurt your wrist, and that's what Justin Turner did during spring training, broke his wrist, it takes a while to get the feel back.
And a cutter in, strike 3. An impressive first inning for Tyler Anderson. 1, 2, 3, including a couple of punch outs. So we'll go to inning number 2 when we come back. No score at Chavez Ravine. TNT Sportsnet is brought to you by the 2018 Toyota Tundra in your hometown Toyota stores. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Beautiful view at Dodger Stadium as it begins to fill up on this Friday night. Weekend set, the Rockies and Dodgers, and Rich Hill's first pitch of the second inning misses inside on Ian Desmond. Desi hitting an even 300 now against left-handed pitching. And he had a big blow in yesterday's victory against the Giants in San Francisco. With 2 on, he lined a ball toward Triple's alley, and it ran to the wall. And of course, the way Desi runs, it was an easy triple. 1-2. I hope you're right, Yeezy. You got it thrown out a double there. You know who called the home run yesterday by DJ LeMahieu?
Well, it had to be somebody you were standing next to. It wasn't me because I turned it off.
I was sitting with Mr. and Mrs. Strand.
Oh.
And Mrs. Strand called the home run. Literally, as the pitch was coming in, that's strike 3.
She went homer like that?
As he's in his windup, Sam Dyson said DJ's going to hit a home run here, and he did. We're referring to Susan Strand, who's forever been our graphics coordinator. 1 out with Chris Iannetta coming up. Fans join in on the conversation. Send us your thoughts, comments, photos. Use Twitter and include the hashtag Toyota Talk. And this is bounced to short. Taylor. 2 outs.
Right fielder number 56, Noel Cuevas.
Here's the former Dodger farmhand, Noel Cuevas.
Well, you know, he's going to be excited. This is like DJ versus the Cubs.
He was on some talented minor league teams in the Dodgers organization. At one point, the starting outfield when he was in Ogden, Utah was, get this, he, Jock Peterson, and Scott Shebler. Pretty good group, right?
It's a great group.
Shebler now a Cincinnati Red. Played with Corey Seager in the Dodger system. And he was the first guy to meet Yasiel Puig after the Dodgers signed Puig, because Noel was injured and he was at the team doctor's office for the Dodgers. Puig came in right after signing for his physical, and they became good friends.
I believe it's tomorrow, Saturday, they're having a promotion here at Dodger Stadium for a Yasiel Puig piggy bank. They're calling it a Puiggy bank.
Puiggy bank, clever.
It's him sliding, and that's where the money goes into.
And there's that big curveball inducing a check swing that went too far. So Rich Hill with a 1-2-3 second, a couple of strikeouts. He has 3 in the game. Middle of 2, no score. 4, 5, and 6 for the Dodgers against Tyler Anderson. Anderson this year is throwing the baseball better on the road than he is at home, which is kind of a 180 from a year ago. Home versus road, if you compare the two. He'll face Cody Bellinger, Matt Kemp, and Logan Forsythe. Lefties the last 8 starts, we alluded to this, have hit .345 against Tyler. Righties, again, have not been the issue. And here's a lefty with a lot of pop in Cody Bellinger. He's got 16 home runs, second on the club to Max Muncy, not playing tonight, who has hit 17. Talk about a pick-me-up for the Dodgers. If you had Max Muncy wandering to center stage in Los Angeles this summer with 17 jacks at the halfway point, you are either clairvoyant or a liar.
You're a liar.
One or the other.
I don't even think Max Muncy thought he'd have those type of numbers.
Max Muncy's family didn't have him having that kind of numbers.
No. It's a great story. Given an opportunity, he's been commanding the strike zone, feels confident with his swing.
He's hit 10 of those home runs here in June.
Bellinger's hit 8 in the month of June.
Everybody for the Dodgers, we talked about it, 53 home runs. Peterson's hit 10. 2-2. Rockies pull 3 onto the right side defensively in the infield. Here's the 2-2 to Bellinger. And they pop him up. Nolan makes the catch, 1 out.
Left fielder.
Take a look at Max Muncy. Given the opportunity, he's been hitting the ball every which way, opposite field, pulling it. Very similar to a Scooter Gennett type swing. The back foot will take a step backwards, allows his hips to clear. Spent several years in the Oakland A's organization.
I'll give you a former Oakland A he reminds me of a little bit.
Jason Giambi?
Matt Stairs.
Oh, okay. So you're going to go Giambi on me, Big G.
No, he's just physically he's not as big as Big G.
He's playing second base. The Dodgers are trying to figure out ways to keep him on the field.
Here's Kemp, and he pops up. Everybody running to field it. Pitcher's not allowed to, so he has to back out. Trevor Story makes the catch.
Take a look at Tyler Anderson. He knows he's not supposed to catch an infield fly ball. He's going to go leg tap with his glove like he's got it no problem. I got it. Now get out of here, Tyler. You know, Ricky Henderson used to do that. Slap his leg a couple times right before he catches the baseball.
Yeah. I do remember that. 2 outs. Here's Logan Forsythe. He's 0 for his last 20 at the plate. And that fastball just inside. The Dodgers, like the Rockies, have been better out on the road. They're 22-21 at home. 5 over 500 out on the road. The Rockies, with their win yesterday in San Francisco, 24-20 out on the road. Here's the 1-1. And that's popped up. Strong inning once again for Tyler Anderson. Both lefties in a good place early. We go to the third, no score.
Top of the third. Let's flash back to yesterday in San Francisco. The Rockies trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. They did it behind the bat of DJ LeMay, who took all the frustration out on the baseball. 108.5 miles per hour. The second hardest hit home run by DJ in his career. Nolan Arenado not surprised by that power.
When he gets mad, you really know it too, because he never gets mad or he never shows emotion. So when he's showing emotion, he knows that he's fired up about something, and you kind of feed off that. You feed off that with him because he cares. People think he's kind of just out there and quiet, but he cares a lot, and I really appreciate him.
Pat Valleca flies out to Matt Kemp to start the third. We'll see DJ in 2 batters. I love that, though. When he's frustrated, when he's mad, you know he's serious because DJ is always so quiet. And guys, we saw that even post-game yesterday. DJ was fired up. He wanted to make sure that when he took his at-bat, it was meaningful for this team to get out of San Francisco with that win. We saw it in the way that DJ played yesterday, but we see it every day with DJ, right? Buddy Black calls him a winning baseball player, and we know that to be true.
He's a championship baseball player. There's no question about that. And I'll take it a step further. Spilly, you played a while in the big leagues, and you played on some really good Rockies teams as Tyler Anderson steps in. It's almost like the guy in basketball, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron James, the Kevin Durant's, the Steph Curry. Not only we know they're great, but they also want the last shot in a close game. Not every player you played with wanted that at bat. When you talk about a DJ LeMahieu, when you talk about a Charlie or a Nolan, there's no question they want that at bat. That's going to be a base hit for Tyler. Second hit for the Rockies.
We should always look for the player that wants those at bats, and they're pretty easy to find out who those guys are. And with DJ, the important aspect is, unlike basketball and NFL, as you mentioned, for a baseball player, just because you want that at bat or you want to be the guy in that position, you still have to get a pitch. You can't just take the ball and shoot it when you want to. You have to wait your turn, and you can't miss it.
DJ fouls that off. He grounded to second his first time up. But you understand what I mean, and we all know, just like Kobe, who was renowned, and Michael for their late game heroics, they failed more often than they succeeded.
Sure.
But we played the times they did hit the game winner in our minds. And this is to third. It's going to turn into a double play. Inning over. Rich Hill keeping the Rockies off balance with that big curveball. Rockies baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Subaru. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. And by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo customers get your 2-for-1 Rockies club level tickets by visiting wellsfargo.com/Rockies. First of 3 in LA for the Rockies. They dropped 2 of 3 in San Francisco. Come from behind 9-8 victors yesterday. It's Tyler Anderson's turn. So far, so good. 6 in a row set down. A couple of strikeouts. He'll face Yasiel Puig, Austin Barnes, and Rich Hill. And today is the official start of the second half of the season, at least from a numeric standpoint. It's game number 82. And we always reference the second half after the All-Star break. But the players are aware that they've played 81.
It feels like 81 games is a full season. When you hit this number, your body is, it's either one of two things. It's exhausted, and you're trying to get that second win. You're counting down days till you get to the All-Star break. Or you're catching that second win, you're feeling great at the plate, your arm's feeling great, and you don't want to stop playing.
Well, the one thing you know, you can't stop.
Cannot stop, and you got 81 more to go. It's a lot of season.
Now, this guy plays literally every single day. Charlie and Nolan, DJ, 4 guys for the Rockies. Story has started all 82 games at shortstop. Here's the dangerous Yasiel Puig. Underneath this, Cuevas racing to get there, and in foul ground he will. I watched that sprint he made, and Noel's a big man. He's better part of 6'2", 6'3",
Catcher number 15,
225 pounds. He got there quickly.
It's a very difficult play. As you're running towards this corner, the Dodger Stadium's symmetrical, so the outfield is the same in right field as it is in left field, but it's a very short amount of space for the foul territory. And as you get closer and closer, Dodger Stadium is extremely loud. Leads baseball in attendance. So as you're trying to track that ball down and you know there's a first baseman running at you, you tend to just lose where you are as far as where you are on the field.
1 strike on Austin Barnes. He was 2 for 4 in the loss to the Cubs yesterday, and a cutter for a strike. 0-2. And a cutter in and down. It remains 0-2.
I'm already watching Tyler Anderson. He has been very aggressive in the zone, and so have the Dodgers. A lot of first pitch swings, a lot of aggressive swings. The Dodgers will not try to hit the ball opposite field. They're going to try to take their slug swing at all times.
It's interesting is that changeup is low. It's interesting that they've been so aggressive here the first time through the lineup. That's clearly the game plan with Tyler Anderson, because they have the best walk percentage in baseball.
Tyler's in a good place mechanically. A lot more effective with his fastball. He's throwing downhill. For a while earlier in the season, he was throwing a bit uphill. He's really driving on his back leg.
You know, his last outing was a loss to Miami. The final line, 6 innings, 4 runs, 7 hits. He had 8 strikeouts, walked 2. He got painted up in the last inning that he pitched, and it was 6+. He worked into the 7th inning. He pitched better than that line. He really did. He's picked up where I feel like he left off, and Dianetta tried to steal a strike. Brian Gorman didn't buy into it, so it's 2-2.
Well, Anderson has given up the most home runs of all Rockies starters, but he's only given up 6 on the road, and this is why it's so important for him to limit walks and be aggressive.
That's the first pitch that really got away from him. And it's the first full count. 3-2 on Barnes. There's Rich Hill.
Well, and even when we were looking at the graphic last inning, the home road splits, a lot of the runs on Tyler Anderson at home come in part to the home runs. 9 home runs at home, 6 on the road. And then if you think of some of the inherited runs scored on Tyler Anderson, a lot of those runs have come at Coors Field.
So another 3-2 pitch upcoming to Austin Barnes. And that's strike 3 on Barnes, all over the outside corner. 10 pitch at bat, and the victory goes to Anderson. 3 strikeouts for Tyler, 2 outs in the third.
And this is what we're talking about with Tyler Anderson. He's being aggressive with the strike zone. He's coming after the Dodger hitter. Like a 2-seam fastball that ran back, so Austin Barnes looking for a pitch, maybe middle in to do damage.
Rich Hill takes a strike. He has sans a hit so far this year. And it's 0-2. Hill from Boston, Mass. Still resides in Boston in the offseason. Went to the University of Michigan. And he's gone.
How do you miss that?
I don't know. He's within 3 feet of it on the swing. Remarkable.
Just broke his bat.
Yeah, he gets upset when he doesn't get a hit. We go to the 4th, no score. The only 2 hits of the ball game, but he didn't literally have them. Nolan has 1 and Tyler Anderson has 1. So Rich Hill is 38 years young, and he has a reputation for not being a good hitter, but he has a reputation for it really bothering him that he's not a good hitter. He throws the hat, he broke the helmet, excuse me, he broke the bat. He throws the helmet, finally he's out on the mound. And you know, he expects a lot of himself. I get it. I appreciate it. Love the competitive fire. But that's not uncommon to see Rich Hill throw a tantrum after he punches out. He's now 0 for 12 on the season.
He turns green when he gets angry. I wonder if he was mad that one of the pitches, 0-1 pitch from Tyler Anderson, was maybe on the edge of the strike zone.
Ordinarily, you'd say, okay, maybe, but he does this frequently. Talking to some of the Dodger guys. Charlie Blackmon will lead it off in the 4th inning. Charlie struck out on a fastball, swung through it. Ooh. Did that get him or the bat?
It got him. So it looked like as soon as he got hit, Charlie quickly grabbed his wrist.
Yeah, and That's scary because he's opened up, Spilly, to this baseball that's coming at his chest.
Well, he's looking to bunt. Oh, and it got his hand.
I like the thought process, though.
Love the thought process. Make Rich Hill field the baseball. Make sure the wrist is the scariest place as any baseball player wants to get hit. There's not a spot on your hand that's good, that feels safe. And usually when you get hit on the hand area, your body tingles, your wrists feel like they go numb, and you automatically assume the worst. So many small bones.
Nolan had a single through the left side his first time, and he's ahead in the count 1-0. Leading the National League in slugging percentage. Last 12 games in LA, he's hit .341 with 4 home runs. Takes a strike.
Just think about the last 9 games for Nolan. .324 batting average, 6 homers, 14 RBIs.
He's going to go on and on and on. The reigning National League Player of the Week, 5th time he's won that award. Jenny did a great piece on Nolan in the Open tonight, what he had said to Nick Groke in The Athletic, and you heard Jeff Bridis say, I had no issue with that. We feel that way in the organization, and you know, I'll weigh in. I know you feel this way. What he said, you'd probably be disturbed if he didn't feel that way.
Look, if you're a competitor and you're on a team that's expected to get to the playoffs, he's been there once. I get pissed because I don't want to lose anymore. I've been to the playoffs once, and it was only 1 game, and I really want more of that.
And guess what? As he said to Jenny, they got a clubhouse filled with those guys that are not happy.
The team has not played to their capability.
Not at all.
Not even close.
And to a man, everyone in that clubhouse would say that.
That's why I always think it's funny when you try to make something more than what those words are.
And Hill, a good curveball. 1 out. Charlie remains at first with Trevor Story coming up.
Number 27, Trevor Story.
Rich Hill will throw fastballs away, and then late, this is the hard breaker. Look how much it drops down. It even hits the dirt. And where he stands on the rubber on the far third base side, and with his arm angle, it looks like a strike the entire way, and it comes completely off the plate as a ball.
He's got incredible spin rate on that curveball. Do you set your sights at a certain level and say, if it's below that, when you read curveball, I'm not swinging?
Well, the problem with setting the sights on Rich Hill is that he loves to throw fastballs inside, so it's harder to see the curveball because of that. But yes, typically if you're facing a curveball pitcher, playing in Japan or playing in winter ball in Mexico, I've faced a lot of off-speed pitchers, and one of the approaches is you start looking for pitches above the belt. You start looking for the pitches up, and it forces you to look. Since you're looking for it up, those are the only off-speed pitches you can hit.
Two strikes to count on Story.
Majority of major league hitters are looking for the ball belt high and below. So thinking way above your belt, almost at your chest, it's a pretty big adjustment.
And it makes that 89-mile-an-hour fastball play up, doesn't it?
It really does, because there's multiple variances with the off-speed pitch. He has a hard curveball, big slow one. We saw DJ LeMahieu ground out his last at bat. There's first at bat on one of the slow ones.
Trevor, a 3-hit day yesterday. He dropped down there. Interesting that he would drop down to a righty. You would think that would be more of an effective move against a lefty. The numbers in June have been outstanding for Trevor.
Rich Hill is slow to the plate. He's well over a 1.5 to home plate. 1.3 seconds is typically where you start considering stealing bases. He's well above that.
Charlie gets a big jump and it's fouled off. Had that pitch been a ball, Charlie would have had the base stolen. And it's sharply hit, but Taylor's there, has trouble getting it out of his glove. And they get the force on Blackman. It's hard to double up Story. That ball was hit hard enough probably to get it done, but the ball got sticky in the pocket.
On the Subaru Supermo, you see how many times Chris Taylor was reaching in there, trying to find the baseball. Taylor is shortstop by trade. Dodgers have moved him around because of his bat last year. Played a lot of center field. Started the year off as a center fielder for the Dodgers before Seager got hurt at short.
Seager's going to be out. You wonder if he'll be ready to go at the start of next year because he had Tommy John surgery, and yeah, he's not a pitcher. He may not be ready on April 1st of next year or March 29th, whenever the season starts. Desmond struck out looking his first time. So 9 home runs against lefties, along with Nolan.
Well, I like the homers for Ian, but I also love the on-base percentage. The past 29 games, over a .414 on-base percentage. We went through that stretch where he's taking walk after walk.
He's in a good place.
And for Trevor at first, it's a definite stealing situation, trying to get to second base. 4 out of 5 base stealers have been successful against Rich Hill. Now he's already shown 2 of his moves.
Ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs on Desmond. When the Rockies score 7 in a game, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day between 4 and 6. And you'll receive your Rockies Taco Special at Moss at Taco Bell. Rockies in the first half hit exactly 100 home runs. Stayed nicely with the curveball. So they are on pace, Billy,
to hit 200.
There you go, 200 home runs. If they were to do it, it would be the 8th time in franchise history they've had a 200 home run season. Good job by Desmond. Not sure. Pitch away. Don't leave it in Brian Gorman's hands. Fouled it off. Rich Hill, the last couple of years in the Dodger uniform, 24-13 with a .278 ERA. And a base hit through the right side. Sometimes we throw out that phrase, Billy, not trying to do too much. Shorten up with 2 strikes. You're familiar with those 2 phrases. They were on display throughout that at bat once it got to 1 and 2 on Desi.
Oh, I love it, especially because Rich Hill kept changing times with Trevor Story on first. Good curveball spin, you can see it. And he fouled a couple pitches off where he wasn't even using the lower half, just threw his hands and made sure he put the barrel on the ball. Especially with the way the Dodgers shift, there was a big hole open on the right side of the field for him to punch it through.
Well, Iannetta, 3 for 13 lifetime against Hill. 2 of the 3 are home runs. Bellinger hoping for a play, will not have one. It's going to.
I was hoping Jenny would make a play.
Yeah, land in the Rockies dugout and kick away.
I was ready for it. Did you see my right hand up, Spilly?
No, I didn't. I saw you turtle, like a turtle, hiding.
I wasn't hiding. Come on, I was right here. My arm can't reach that far. Go-Go Gadget is not here today.
We're going to go to the replay, by the way.
Could do it.
And a called strike 2. Story at second, Desmond near first base. 2 guys who can really motor. Chris came off the bench yesterday, a pinch single. He had another at bat later on and had a base hit. One and 2 on the veteran, 35-year-old Chris Iannetta.
Well, Rich Hill's definitely using his fastball a lot more tonight. He has since coming off the disabled list. I think part of that has to do with the curveball and not wanting blisters.
And he gets the strikeout of Iannetta. The Rockies will leave 2 on as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Buddy Black's going to join us in about 1 minute. And Rich Hill pitching very well. We go to the Rockies dugout as we do every Friday night. Buddy Black joins us. Buddy, going to change it up on you. I know you're a music aficionado. 2 LA-based bands. You can go to one concert in their prime. The Eagles or the Doors. What do you have?
Drew, I've seen the Eagles multiple times. I got a good story I'll share with you after the game or tomorrow about the Eagles. Never saw the Doors, love classic rock, but still would probably choose the Eagles.
Wow, I would have gone Doors. If not the Doors, they go Guns N' Roses too.
No.
No.
Little LA woman.
Yeah, well, look, Tyler Anderson's throwing very well. What do you see
Light
from
my
him?
fire. Tyler's pitching well. Like the use of the fastball and the cutter. Change will come into play here, I'm sure, here the second time around. But you know, Hill's got the fastball working on the curve. We can't solve, but this has so far been a really well pitched game.
Light my fire, buddy, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, guys.
Oh, and 1 as Anderson works ahead of Chris Taylor. It's top of the order for the Dodgers. Eagles or Doors? What do you have, Spilly?
Oh, the Doors. 100%.
And I'm a huge Eagles fan, but I'm thinking it was a small window.
Yeah, Jim Morrison was.
But you had to go Doors, right?
Is it better to burn out or to fade away? I'm going with Jim Morrison and burning out.
That just missed. 1 and 2. Tommy, little late dinner.
Bring in the Dodger dog later.
Tommy may have seen the Doors. Swung on and missed. Taylor's gone. 10 in a row to begin the ball game. Set down by Tyler Anderson.
Buddy Black just alluded to using this pitch as a changeup, 82 miles an hour with good fading action. On cue. Subaru Supermo, you see how he turns over his wrist to get that fade away from Chris Taylor. And just added another pitch for the rest of the Dodgers lineup to consider.
There's a curveball a little bit high to Kike Hernandez. He struck him out his first time. 5 strikeouts already for Anderson. Didn't ask Tyler what he thought of Oregon State winning the national championship. As a Duck, probably not a lot.
It's unfortunate we don't get to hear Taylor McGregor do her pig suey call. There's a bunch of animals that are totally happy that she's not going to ever do that again.
DJ waiting, and he's got it. There has to be some late movement on that fastball from Anderson, because we've seen 4 guys literally just pop the ball, not quite straight up, but pretty close.
Well, we noticed this as a trend for Tyler Anderson. It's a lot more fly ball outs this year than ground ball outs. Last year he's at 45% ground ball rate. This year it's down at 36%. It's not that big of a deal as long as you're keeping the ball within the ballpark.
Justin Turner, he takes ball 1. Justin struck out his first time.
Doug Marino just chimed in. He said, "Come on, buddy, the Doors, the Lizard King."
There's a strike, 1 and 1. Justin thought that was out of the zone. It may have been, but when you're pounding the zone, as we so often talk about, you get some borderline calls. And Turner's done damage against Anderson. That is fisted fair. Cuevas to the baseball quickly, and he's going to hold Turner to a single. First base runner for the Dodgers after 11 in a row set down to begin the evening by Tyler Anderson.
It's a great example of why a bat path and having your bat within the zone is so important. Tyler completely beats Justin Turner. You can see how he puts the bat on plane, and he's able to fight this pitch off opposite field. Good job by Cuevas getting to this baseball, keeping him there.
Cody Bellinger. Eagles played Coors Field yesterday.
They did?
Yeah.
With the Pretenders, right? Who'd they play with? Oh, with Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
That'd be fun.
And this one's popped up. Foul ground. It's going to be close for Nolan. He'll make the play. End of inning. So Turner, the first base runner for the Dodgers, and he's left at first base, and we go to the 5th. Still no score.
high-speed challenge. The Erie Seawolves are offering fans a hot dog topped with nerds on a cotton candy bun. Would you try it, yes or no? You know how to vote. Go to AT&T Sportsnet RM. That's where you cast your votes. We'll have the answer for you coming up in the post-game show. So, guys, I have to ask you, you know, there's nerds on it, Spilly, being a nerd yourself. Are you going to try this sandwich, as you like to call hot dogs?
Yeah, it's actually a sugar submarine. And absolutely would I try that thing. I'm going to eat this Dodger dog, too.
I feel like they should be serving this at a carnival somewhere, and I also feel like I would have the same reaction eating this as if I were to go on a carnival ride. So I'm going to go ahead and say I will not try it. Drew, I think I know which side you're going to be on, but...
Is there really any reason to ask me whether I would try that?
You'd have to run 10 more extra miles if you tried that.
Yeah, probably.
So it's just a hard no.
Probably not going to dabble in that.
We know Spilly will try
I'll
any
try
hot dog,
anything,
though,
yep.
right? Are you about to try a hot dog?
I just took a bite of this Dodger dog.
How does it taste without a beard?
Oh, it's not as tasty.
Hold on. Stop. Don't do anything. It doesn't matter. Jenny, do you have a monitor down there?
I do.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't have the beard anymore,
boy.
but he still gets mustard now on the microphone.
That's our guy. At least it's not on his shirt.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not exactly. Not yet. And that's fouled off by Cuevas. When you wipe that off, so the whole audience doesn't hear you ruffling the microphone, push the cough button. There you go. Got to coach him up, Jenny.
Oh, Drew, what would he ever do without you?
I know.
Can you put ketchup on that sugar submarine?
You cannot put ketchup on a hot dog. You know that. You can call it a sandwich. I don't care if you want to go there, but you cannot put ketchup on a hot dog.
The sugar submarine.
Un-American.
That's that's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah. Just like a corn dog is a Monte Cristo.
Frazier used to polish off 3 of those.
That's disgusting.
3 Dodger dogs with mayonnaise each time.
Surprised he's still around.
Cuevas hanging tough against Rich Hill. Bottom third of the Rockies lineup. On the knees. Strikeout number 6 for Rich Hill.
Number 4, Pat Valleca.
Pat Valleca saw 1 pitch his first time up and hit a high fly ball to Kemp in left. And a star down the road in Westwood at UCLA. Played at Jackie Robinson Stadium. It's off campus, off Sepulveda, a few minutes from campus.
Jenny, you want to do some Californians right here?
Yes, of course I do. It's our favorite Saturday Night Live skit.
How would you get to Jackie Robinson Stadium?
Well, you go through Morena del Rey, past the Coffee Bean, up the 405, off Sepulveda, through Westwood. That was terrible. I don't know, but you get the gist.
You're a Valley girl now?
You basically just have to say Morena del Rey.
Marina del Rey?
You know, I lived over there. I coached lacrosse at UCLA for a little bit, so I know exactly where that stadium is. It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful stadium. Kind of tucked away. Did you play there when you were at Santa Barbara?
Yeah, we played there on Tuesdays. We were UCLA's Tuesday game.
Fodder for the Bruins?
We loved going there and getting our tail kicked, but it was fun.
Line foul.
Now, we had some really good series against UCLA. And it's such a great litmus test, especially, you know, UC Santa Barbara is from the Big West. And the Pac-12 and Pac-10 at the time, they always felt like they were the bigger school. They had the better players, guys on the top prospect list.
This ball's well hit to center field. Did Valleca catch all of it? Yes, he did. 1-0 Colorado. A hometown home run for Patty Barrels. first of the year.
Hit that to Marina Del Rey. Gotta love where Valleca's at. Especially given the fact that last year, this was a guy so good off the Rockies bench. This year, it's been a struggle since spring training, pulling his oblique. To do it in front of his home friends and family, it's nothing better than running the bases if you're a SoCal kid at Dodger Stadium in a visiting uniform.
Well, that's got to be a weight off his shoulders. He's worked so hard, especially this year down in Albuquerque. He said incorporating his lower half, they made some changes, get him back on time. And to see some dividends when you get your first start in a while, that's huge. Good effort by Hernandez in center field. Could not reach it, though.
On the Subaru Supermo, let's see how close he is. Hernandez is probably one of the better athletes on the Dodgers. He's barely missed it. Valleca. Yes.
That's the first home run for Pat since last September 24th.
Second baseman DJ LeMahieu.
Anderson strikes out, 2 outs, and that'll bring up LeMahieu. Ground ball to second, and he grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. His last home run, also a West Coast home run, down in San Diego. DJ a West Coast home run yesterday in San Francisco.
Way back, from what I was told.
He crushed it. It was a no-doubter. 8th of the year for LeMahieu. Welcome home to SoCal, Patty Barrels.
It is. It's a thrill. Told you, I grew up in Santa Barbara. It's 90 miles north of here, and I've probably seen 100 Dodger games. And running the bases, I'm sure Pat Valleca has seen 100 Dodger games as a kid, to high school, to even from when he was at UCLA. And there's not a bigger thrill than hitting a ball here and rounding the bases, because you've seen it your whole life. It's not that big of a deal to go on the field, take a grounder, get a base hit. It's cool. But hitting a home run, hearing the crowd boo you, it's the best.
The best, right?
It's the best.
I love the story. You've told us many times in the past, but I'm going to pry it out of you again. When you played your first game in LA, you made sure that that your family had recorded the Dodgers feed so you could hear Vin Scully.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Talking about you.
That was the only thing I cared about. I didn't care about playing the field. I just cared about hearing Vin say my name. And it was cool. For years that I played for the Rockies, Vin basically had the same type of lines. So Ryan Spilborgh's from Santa Barbara, 90 miles north of Dodger Stadium.
A little different voice there.
Yeah, I mean, his voice is so much better. Miss that guy.
Yeah, we got to communicate with Vin a little bit today through Boyd, who was in the booth with Vin for a long time. Shot Vin a text. Vin, still follows the Dodgers. He says a lot of times he'll follow him in the newspaper the next day because he's got all those grandkids. He's playing with his grandkids. He's at events at night.
Hanging out with his beautiful wife, Sandy.
Yeah. Good at bat going here for DJ. It was tough, 2-2.
It's cool from being a former player to coming up to the booth and then getting the transition of watching Vin getting ready to retire, because you get to learn the nuances of Vin Scully during the game. He would walk in the 7th inning with his wife from right behind us all the way to the end of the press box and back, and it was part of his normal routine. It was great.
Yeah, he poked his head in once in a while during the game, which was awesome. There is a line shot caught by Taylor. Steals a base hit from LeMahieu. It's a terrific AB for DJ. Pat Valleca with a home run to center field, and the Rockies have a 1-0 lead for Tyler Anderson. Colorado Rockies baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tyler Anderson has allowed 1 Dodger hit. The Rockies have 3 singles and a home run from Pat Valleca. It'll be Matt Kemp, Logan Forsythe, and Yasiel Puig. Rockies will shift over to the left side with 3 infielders. The first pitch just beneath the knees on Kemp. Kemp hit a towering pop-up that Trevor Story caught. That was in the 2nd inning. 0 for his last 15, but he's having a brilliant first half. Kemp hit a pitch-hit grand slam in New York a few days ago against the Mets. He's now 2nd among National League outfielders in all-star votes. And that is going to drop a base hit.
Let Coors Field be the backdrop for your next game day or non-game day meeting or special event. Groups of 15 to 200 will enjoy great views of the city as well as the field from this unique venue.
Here's a first pitch strike on Forsythe. And another strike. Kemp a conservative lead at first, and this should be 2. There's 1, and there's 2. Funny, both Trevor and DJ made it look like extra sure they had a grip on the baseball, but it's still a 6-4-3 double play.
We saw Chris Taylor have trouble getting the ball out of the glove. Cover not so much on the Subaru Supermo. The DJ reset his feet so he could clear from the base runner, Matt Kemp. I think when we're watching baseball in 2018, that's the biggest noticeable difference for me is plays at second base. Double play balls and base runners trying to take out infielders. It's not the same as it was 3 years ago.
It's not anywhere close to what it looked like when we were growing up.
Nope.
And there was a little get-together. It didn't amount to much, and I can't remember the two.
Josh Harrison and Juris Familia.
No, it wasn't that. It was at second base, and I can't remember which teams were involved, but it was in the last week. And both teams, the dugout's empty because these two guys were kind of jawing each other. And I'm telling you, it was the most benign slide into second.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't? It was the Pirates and Mets.
No, it was not. I can tell you, it was not Josh Harrison. He was not. It was not. I don't think it was the Pirates and the Mets. But the point is somebody took exception in the middle infielder with a slide where the spikes weren't up. He basically slid toward the bag. That is going to be a tough play. Safe. Iannetta did everything he could. The big man runs well.
Number 15, Austin Barnes.
Pretty much anybody else is going to be out on a play like this. Yasiel Puig, for being a 6'3", 250-pound monster, runs extremely well. Iannetta did his best. Swinging bunt, 2 strikes.
Do you know that Puig really doesn't lift?
It's like Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker did push-ups and sit-ups his whole life.
Austin Barnes at the plate.
Yasiel Puig is on the cover of the newest ESPN body issue. He's a specimen.
Inside at 93, ball 1 on Barnes. Struck out looking on a 3-2 pitch his first time after fouling off several pitches. Dodgers have gone on this terrific run by scoring a bunch of runs, usually with the home run. 5.3 runs a game over their last 38. And their team ERA is 3.76 in that time frame. It's nothing like that run they went on last summer, though, when they went 43-7 over a 50-game stretch.
It's just crazy. The Dodgers are on a great stretch now, and it's interesting, too, if you were to look back and think about how the Dodgers started. They were 16-26, 10 games out. The last team to make it to the playoffs with a record like that, 2009 Rockies.
That's right. Fouled off, 1-2. Well, pre-All-Star record after getting 10 or more games under 500 since 2000. The 2016 Astros improved to 48-41. The Dodgers, what they've done so far this year, 16-game swing. And the Rockies in 09, from June 1st forward to the end of the year, had the best record in baseball. Slowly hit to third, and with the bare hand, Nolan's going to throw out Barnes. And then Barnes almost took a header. Terrific play by Arenado to end the inning. We'll go to the 6th. The Rockies leading 1-0 on a Valaika home run.
Got the chance to talk with Buddy Black a bunch today about the half point of the season through 81 games. Mathematically, here's where the Rockies stand. A 39-42 record, 3 games under 500. They've had a great road presence so far, 24-20 away from Coors Field. They're 8 games back in the NL West to Arizona. Here's where things get interesting. They've hit 100 home runs. Drew mentioned that earlier. 24 of those coming in the first innings. They've also allowed 100 home runs. You see that team ERA over 5. That's last in the National League. But again, their defense has been great. Offense good, defense good. Pitching has been struggling as of late. These are inconsistencies Bud Black wants his team to fix.
Teams that consistently win, put together winning streaks, you know, win 15 out of 20. It's about starting pitching, being consistent, bullpen being relatively consistent, and the hitting being consistent. Now, we've seen inconsistencies in those areas. So that keeps you from winning streaks.
And when it comes to the pitching, you know, Nolan Arenado made an interesting point today. He said it's not all the bullpen's fault. It's a product of the starters have to get deeper. The more teams see the bullpen, the more things are going to show, the more they're going to get hit. He said, when I don't see the bullpen that the Dodgers have and the Giants have, I can't hit them great, and it's because those starters are going deep. So as a product, you know, that's something that the Rockies want to turn around here, have that consistency again for the pitching starting from the starters. And guys, you remember that huge stretch where the starters had 9 consecutive quality starts. It was towards the end of April. They went to Miami, Chicago, New York, came home. Bud Black mentioned that specific stretch, wanting the pitchers to get back there.
Yeah, that has to occur, and it's going to be an easy play in left for Kemp. That has to occur, and clearly the bullpen, they were very good the first 6 weeks when the Rockies weren't scoring a lot of runs and preserving a number of 1-run victories and 2-run victories. The bullpen has to get back to the spot they were in earlier. But Buddy's absolutely right. There has not been a successful team in the history of this sport that, by and large, over the course of the season, didn't put together several stretches, extended stretches, where they were playing well in all facets. You can't have a season where, well, the offense was good in April and no good for 2 months, and the pitching was good for a month, but no good for 2 months. It's got to show up more often than not the same day. It's not going to happen every day. We understand that, but that's the point I think Buddy was making with Jenny earlier.
Well, there's no question. I mean, when he plays synced up baseball, and it was something that I commented about a week ago, we still haven't had that stretch where that's a awkward swing for Nolan, a looking curveball, so he was surprised by the fastball that blows by him.
It's 8 strikeouts for Rich Hill. Yeah, you don't see Nolan take many swings like this.
Not like this, so it just tells you he's guessing curveball on the Subaru Supermo. On a fastball basically right down the middle to be that late. The point we were making is when you go through a good stretch, all 25 guys feel like they're going to contribute. All 25. You show up to the field and you go, we're going to win tonight and I'm going to do something. Hasn't had that feel quite yet.
This ball lined toward the gap in left center field. It's going to take one hop and go off the wall, and Trevor will gallop into second with his 12th double in the month of June.
Left fielder Ian Desmond.
Well, after watching Nolan take a fastball down the middle, Trevor did not wait. Subaru Supermo, the quiet swing for Trevor.
Two outs, Desmond at the plate. Curveball, outside, ball 1. It's time for our Lowe's whole team together. We're talking about the whole team. Well, the Rockies scoring runs has not been an issue in the month of June. Preventing runs has been the issue. Look at DJ, Nolan, Desi, Cargo, all among the top 7 in the National League in runs scored. Arizona's having a big month. Well, look at Trevor Story. And I think back to April, and he's still a young player, young, ridiculously gifted player. He's a different, completely different looking offensive player May and June than he was in April. Do you know that his strikeout rate right now is at 21% in June? That's below the league average. League average is above 22%. Slowly hit. This is going to be tough for Turner. And he's able to get Desmond. And that'll end the inning. Well, Nolan made a great play with the bare hand. Turner just made a fine play with the bare hand. So Story left aboard, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The difference in this game, Pat Valleca, a big fly to center.
Rockies lead 1-0 over the Dodgers on his home run. MLB at Bat is your #1 Rockies app. Stay connected all season with pitch tracking, in-game highlights, stats, news, and more.
Rich Hill's going to lead it off against Tyler Anderson, who has allowed 3 hits. Justin Turner, a soft single off the end of the bat. Actually, not off the end of the bat, it was an inside-out jam shot over Ian Desmond's head. Matt Kemp had a line single to left, and Yasiel Puig had a single that went 17 feet up the third base line. 1-0 on Rich Hill. And Rich Hill tardy on the swing, 1-1. What will he do if he strikes out here, Spilly?
I don't know, I can't wait.
He broke his bat and nearly broke his helmet when he struck out his first time up, and he's going to bunt this, and Chris is going to grab it, 1 out. Well, he got it in play, sort of, so maybe he won't be as angry.
He's kind of hoping he was going to throw first base.
Chris Taylor.
Go nuclear. He had it
thinking about it.
He did, yes. Yeah. Turner Wars. All right, you're all right. Let's see. Wait. Okay. All right.
Takes his 1 batting glove off. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Not bad. Composed.
All right. I was hoping for more.
Nobody's going near him, though. Chris Taylor hit a fly ball to deep right, and a very nice catch by Cuevas on the first pitch Tyler Anderson threw tonight. That is the hardest hit ball of the evening against Tyler also.
First
Also
pitch
a
of the game.
strikeout for Taylor.
Yeah.
bottom of the zone. Change up and a beauty, 1-1. Good pitch by Anderson. Poured that over the lower portion of the strike zone. It's 1-2.
It's great now for Anderson with the changeup, the curveball, and the fastball. It's forcing hitters to stay behind and be stuck. And even with the cutter in, we saw Justin Turner swing over one. They're having to try to protect the entire plate. That's really difficult for a major league hitter to protect that amount of ground.
Taylor, see you later. Cutter in. It starts on the plate and then moved about 6-8 inches off the plate. Just exceptionally well located. 6 strikeouts now for Anderson.
3 groundouts, 6 strikeouts. They consider the pop-up bunt attempt from Iannetta as a flyout. So 8 flyouts on the night on the Subaru Supermo. You can see how much that cutter's moving underneath the right-hander's hands.
Kike Hernandez a strikeout and a pop to second. Good curveball. A lot of bite on it. It's 0-1. Well, he's commanding everything. And he's thrown only 70 pitches. He's got 2 outs in the 6th inning. Been fun to watch. Down the line, foul.
Just think about the pace he's pitching at. There are times where Tyler really starts to slow things down if he gets traffic or if he gets upset with location. Tonight he's just grabbing and firing.
Wonder if after a guy turns on a pitch like that, he may cross up his thinking. Hernandez may be thinking he's going to go soft away. Come in with the cutter here.
Well, sometimes you like to do the dummy shakes just to make him think all these scenarios in their head and go right back to the same pitch.
Now we go outside. And they go fastball, strike 3. Is he having a night or what? Tyler Anderson has hit the glove all evening long. Shutout baseball through 6 innings as he freezes Hernandez here. Yeah, Connor, Atlanta's having some kind of year so far. Rockies saw them very early in the season at home. They'll go to Atlanta later on in the summer. 1 strike on Chris Iannetta, Noel Cuevas, Pat Valaika, Nick Markakis having a great year, Ender Inciarte, who Connor was just mentioning, Ozzy Albies. Ball and a strike. Iannetta, ground ball to short and a strikeout. Rockies leading 1-0. They have 5 hits. Home run by Valaika, the difference. The only other extra base hit for the Rockies, a double with 2 outs last inning by Story. Brian Gorman kind of looks away as if to say that pitch was outside. 3-1. The Rockies lost 2 out of 3 in LA earlier this year. They were swept by the Dodgers in Denver. See Hill's closing in on 100 pitches. That's why Rick Honeycutt's gotten on the phone. But the Rockies still have won 5 of their last 7 here in Los Angeles, and that hits, Chris. It wouldn't have mattered. It was
ball 4.
It was ball 4. So Iannetta, a leadoff walk here.
Right fielder Noel Cuevas.
Or leadoff base run. I didn't hit him, so it's going to be a hit by pitch. That'll bring up Cuevas.
The first 10,000 fans through the gates for the Rockies Diamondbacks game on July 11th will receive a coupon for a Nathan's Famous Dollar hot dog. Now, normally I get into a whole sandwich discussion about hot dogs, but I'm not. Tonight, the home run that Pat Valaika hit earlier, the solo shot. We always talk about emotional nights, and it might be a little bit more emotion for Valaika. A story he doesn't rarely tell or share with many people. Valaika comes from a family of baseball players. He has 4 brothers and a sister. But most likely, the one that they're missing the most is his father, Jeff Valaika. Now, Jeff, back in 2015, went to have surgery to fix a repair on an aortic aneurysm. He also had a triple bypass. And since that time, Pat's father, Jeff, has been in a coma. And so baseball has been that rallying point for this family. And so as we're watching Valaika walk up, probably understand that there's a lot more emotion hitting a home run in this field.
Well, I'm sure there's very little you can add to that, and how difficult that must be for Pat, for his brothers, for his mom. It's been several years now. The home run Pat hit was his 16th, check it, 15th of his career. Here it is. 4 of those 15 have come against the Dodgers.
It's cool too. I saw a picture because I played baseball with Chris Valaika, Pat's older brother at UCSB, and Chris is now a third base coach for the Chicago Cubs AAA affiliate. And while Valaika was working on his swing in the minor leagues at some point this season, the brothers got to share a moment with each other on the field.
This is line foul.
Well, it's fun seeing a brother, sibling. We always talk about sibling rivalries, and one that we've always kind of teased about Pat was, hey, Pat, why didn't you go to UC Santa Barbara like your brother? And he said, well, I didn't want to go to a school that didn't win baseball games.
There you go. 0-2 on Pat, and stays alive. 4 baseball playing brothers. Here's Patty when he was a star for the Bruins. And the youngest, Nick, played shortstop at UCLA as well. He went in the 24th round to the Pirates a year ago. He's playing minor league baseball. Matt Valaika was taken the 20th round in '09 by the Reds. I mean, think about that. What are the odds to get drafted for any kid? And then you have 4 boys.
Yep.
It's like the Sutter brothers in hockey from years ago.
Well, and their sister Brianna, I think they're extremely proud of her too. There's a great article written about Pat and his family in The Athletic. It was done by Ken Rosenthal. Great writer.
It was a fabulous piece done by Rosenthal, and if you get a moment, look it up and read it, and you'll learn a little bit more, a lot more, not only about Pat, but what a special family the Vallecas are. I encourage you to do that. 2 outs. Tyler Anderson to face Rich Hill. 10 strikeouts for Hill. Anderson's been 1 pitch better. Anderson's also thrown out a hit tonight. Hill's next pitch will be number 110. And it's lined to right. He tried to quick pitch him. Iannetta will stop at second. And now they're 2 on for LeMahieu.
That's going to be it for Rich Hill. If he got upset about striking out, imagine what he's going to react. Giving up a hit to Tyler Anderson for the 2nd time.
2-hit night. Good looking swing.
That's nice, Tyler Anderson. So run him out.
2 on and 2 outs when we come back. Rockies up 1-0.
Hide the water coolers. Game in the top of the 7th inning. They lead 1-0. Star Wars Night is July 28th, and the only way to get the exclusive Chewbacca shirt is to purchase a Star Wars ticket package at Rockies.com/Star Wars. You want one of those, Drew?
Sure. I admire any competitor, and a fiery one at that. Rich Hill, I would think the only way he is satisfied and not throwing things and breaking things is if he's got a perfect game when he finishes the evening, right? He pitched a heck of a game. He gives way to Scott Alexander here, ground ball specialist. 2 outs, 2 on for the Rockies. DJ at the plate, he's 0 for 3. 3 hits, 5 RBIs yesterday. The 5 ribbies, a career best.
Well, the Dodgers' pen have been giving up some runs of late. The last 5 games, 20 earned runs in 18 innings pitched.
Now, Walker Buehler got beat up yesterday. slowly hit to third, and Iannetta runs into Turner. He was standing on the bag either way. So that'll end the inning. The Rockies lead 1-0 as we stretch at Dodger Stadium on a Friday night. Cooney, Lexus look back and look no further than Tyler Anderson tonight. The Las Vegas native has pitched a gorgeous ball game so far. 6 shutout innings, and the difference in a 1-0 affair, this home run by Pat Valleca against Rich Hill. Rich Hill pitched exceptionally well. 3 hits allowed. That is all as Anderson gets ready for the 7th inning. He'll see Turner, Bellinger, and Kemp, and he's done it in economic fashion. There's a very low pitch count also. He just pounded the zone. Fastball, cutter, changeup, occasional breaking ball.
Well, and you'd wish that the Rockies had a little bit bigger lead, more than one, so you feel like the margin for error for Tyler Anderson would be greater, but with the 1-run lead and the middle of this lineup that is notorious for hitting homers, he's gonna have to still pitch carefully. Gerardo Parra now in left field, put Ian Desmond at first. Defensive changes for the Rockies.
So Anderson ready. Turner a soft single to right. Again, one of the 3 hits allowed by Tyler. Only one was hit sharply. That was Matt Kemp. Turner, since he put on a Dodger uniform, has hit over 300.
How many people have changed their swings over the last couple of years to hit like this guy?
A few. He's hit 303 since 2014, 6th best in the National League, and that's a strike as well. 0-2. He also slugged right at 500, which is 10th best during that period of time in the National League. Cal State Fullerton product. And there's that cutter, and that has been such a beautiful pitch for Tyler tonight. And again, he's hitting every location.
He's not missing. Mechanically, he can. He's in a much better spot. It's 3 straight strikeouts for Tyler Anderson on the Subaru Supermo. even from where you're watching, you see the crossfire action.
8 strikeouts overall tonight. And as Billy mentioned, 3 in a row. Here's Bellinger. He's popped to third twice.
So I was talking to Brant Brown, who's an assistant hitting coach with the Dodgers, and asked some about some of the mechanical adjustments Bellinger made. Bellinger early in the season was in a horrible slump, so they tried to move his hands away from his body so he could clear up, give him a more direct path.
I think it's fair to say he's dealing with what a lot of young stars deal with the second time around. Trevor Story, sophomore year, probably not quite. He was good, solid, 24 home runs, drove in more than 80, but not what the first 4 months of his rookie year looked like. Bellinger rips this to right. And Bellinger, phenomenal first year. And this year it's solid, but the league's adjusted a little bit now.
Sure.
It's on him to adjust back.
Oh, and it goes back to the World Series where it was real difficult for Bellinger to even make contact. That's a changeup left on left down into that zone where Bellinger can handle it. You see the type of swing he has. It's everything is into the baseball.
It is a violent swing.
Yeah, if he gets any loft, it's a 1-to-1 ball game.
Matt Kemp, who's always tormented the Rockies, snapped an 0 for 15 in his last at bat, and this one is a high fly ball to Parra in left. Out number 2 in the 7th inning.
Number 11, Logan Forsythe.
And Logan Forsythe will come up. Fly ball to right, and he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. And Cutter Lance is eating righties up tonight. Ball and a strike. Anderson all night, everything around the zone against a team that has the lowest chase percentage in baseball.
Ooh, right at the bottom of the super strike zone. And what's important for Tyler, that changeup that he started breaking out second time through facing the lineup, it has set up the cutter in. Just below the knees of Logan Forsythe.
Fly ball, right field. Cuevas short of the track, makes the catch. 3 outs in the 7th. We move to the 8th inning. Colorado 1, Los Angeles 0. AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Jack in the Box. Try the $4.99 Jack Spicy Chicken Club combo with toasted sourdough, new from Jack in the Box. The 8th inning will begin with Charlie Blackmon. The Rockies up 1-0. Pat Valleca, a one-out home run in the 5th. Pat's been replaced in the ballgame defensively last half inning by Gerardo Parra. Scott Alexander got the final out for Rich Hill in the 7th. He got DJ LeMahieu to ground out. Charlie's 0 for 2 and has been hit by a pitch. Fastball at 94 for a strike from Alexander. Last June, he made a spot start against the Rockies. Got a live arm.
He really does. He throws a fastball, basically a sinker, close to 90% of the time. Many scouts have often compared Scott Alexander. The Dodgers received him from the Kansas City Royals. They made a trade to Zach Britton. Zach Britton, a very good closer with the Baltimore Orioles. Tore his Achilles this offseason, Zach Britton did. He's just now getting back to form. This was like a version of Zach Britton.
And 2 hops to Bellinger. That'll bring up Nolan. Nolan a single in the first 2 strikeouts since. During batting practice today, Dwayne Espy, one of the players, asked how much time left in this round because, you know, it's on the clock, each group. This ball crushed deep left field, way back. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. 2-0 Colorado. Home run number 20 for Nolan.
That puts him in the National League lead with 20. Gets a sinker up in the zone, points to his friends and family. All over it. Did he get extra time during BP today?
Well, that was the story. That time was pretty much out, and Dwayne looked at Nolan. He said, "We have time if you want a couple extra." And I started laughing because you know Nolan. He's always
already hit like 400 balls on him.
Right, but he's never going to leave. If somebody avails him the opportunity to take a couple more swings, he's not going to say, "No, I'm good." So he went in, took a couple more hacks, and did just what he did there. Hit him out of the ballpark. 2-0 Colorado.
The Rockies showing some Dodgers offense.
They trot around the bases.
Dodgers franchise high amount of home runs in June. And it's the Rockies trotting the bases here.
There's going to be another base hit for Story. And now the Rockies with speed aboard and 1 out with Desmond coming up.
So as a hitter, whenever you're facing a guy with a hard sinker, you're looking for a pitch up, just like a curveball pitcher. So the fastball up, it runs back in into where Nolan likes it. And the Subaru Supermo, right off the bat, you knew it's gone.
Desmond 1 for 3.
just see the emotion for Nolan as he's rounding first. You don't think yesterday's game had a big emotional charge for this team? Riding DJ yesterday.
It's the first time all year, that pitch called a strike, first time all year that the Rockies won a game they were trailing going to the ninth. That skips up there. So check this out. RBIs against the National League West this year. Ian Desmond, #1 with 29. Trevor's #2 with 26. Two guys that really scuffled in April. They're not scuffling now. Haven't been for a while. Story takes off, throw to second, safe.
Take a look at Trevor after he slides past the bag. He's grateful that Chris Taylor didn't keep the tag on him. He's hanging on by a fingernail. Yesterday, Trevor Story was thrown out trying to steal by Nick Hundley.
They're going to take a look at this.
All on the field is under review.
Nope. He missed it. He whipped it. Nope.
You can't see if there's
Dodgers
contact with the
challenging call
glove.
on the field that the runner was safe at second base.
In that angle, it looks like it tags him, but from the other side, it's a whiff. No, there's no way.
There's no way based on that, because you can't tell if he contacted the leg.
That angle looks like it might have caught by.
Lance Barksdale is the second base umpire. And he's on the right. He's joined by Brian Gorman, the crew chief.
The last angle might have given us our best look. We may have touched Trevor Story's thigh. Let's see if we can pick it up. Looks pretty close.
Yeah, but the hands on the bag. You know what? It's so hard on some of these. What they do in New York, they're able to zoom in also. And that's why this is taking so long.
Still argue that they should only watch replays in real time.
Well, what's the point of the review, though?
I don't care. Job's hard enough.
Out.
The field is overturned, the runner is out.
That's a big one. There'd be a runner at second with one out. Evidently in New York, they were able to definitively say that Taylor's glove contacted the pant leg before the hand touched the bag. 2-2 at the plate on Desmond.
The Rockies are extremely efficient stealing bases earlier in the year, and those stolen base percentages have started to drop down.
Yesterday, they had two guys in successive at-bats get caught stealing. Story and Parra yesterday. This is right back to Alexander. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Rockies now have a 2-0 lead. Earlier, a home run by Valleca, and a few minutes ago, a home run by 28. Here's our Kubota pitching performance of the night. Two lefties matching up tonight. Rich Hill for the Dodgers and Tyler Anderson for the Rockies. Tyler's still out there. 7 shutout innings, 4 hits allowed, not a walk, 8 strikeouts. And he's navigated 7 innings by throwing only 84 pitches. He's ready to tee it up again here in the bottom of the 8th. Yasiel Puig will lead off. The Rockies leading 2-0. 2 solo home runs. Pat Valleca in the 5th. And at the top of the 8th, Nolan Arenado, the co-leader in home runs in the National League with Bryce Harper now with 20. Harper homered earlier tonight. Nolan right now hitting about 100 points higher than the tremendous right fielder for the Nationals. Puig, a fly ball to right, and a squibber that went for a hit up the third base line. That is just inside. That's 2 pitches, man, that are sitting there right on the edge of the Subaru strike zone.
You do not want to get Dodger fans involved. It's a fireworks night. Another sellout, at least it feels like it.
Change up, no swing, 3-1. There haven't been any 3-1 counts tonight. It's the luxury of having that extra home run. You can go right after Puig. He can't beat you, he can't tie you. Anderson, we never talk about as a power pitcher, but Anderson has a lot of life in that left arm. When he wants to, we'll see some 94s, 95s. That last fastball was at 94. Here's the 3-2. Top of the zone. Wow. All night, Brian Gorman's had a very fair zone, and I thought he squeezed Tyler at least on one of those 3, right?
It feels like it. Sometimes you'll see the strike zone get a little smaller as the game gets deeper into the night. 8th inning, you need this pitch. At least one of them. Yasiel Puig taking pretty much the entire bat. It's not high. That is a strike zone. That is a strike. At least it should be called a strike. Slightly above the belt.
8th place hitters, Austin Barnes. And where's that? Now all of a sudden the zone has changed.
See where this pitch is on the Subaru strike zone.
To third, see if the Rockies can twist one. They do. And only because Nolan made sure he came and got that baseball. 5-4-3. Beautiful turn by the Rockies.
You know, Austin Barnes is trying to do some damage, taking the ball down. Now it's a cutter in. Tyler's able to jam him, composing himself on the Subaru Supermo. It's the clear of DJ to get past him. Even Yasiel Puig's leg trying to take him out. Get past it. Nice pitch from Tyler.
New career high in length for Tyler Anderson. And now a pinch hitter, Max Muncy. Earlier, Muncy's had a breakout year out of nowhere. 17 home runs leading the Dodgers. He's had 10 this month. On the outside corner.
Well, Muncy has good numbers against lefties this season, actually hitting at a higher average, 293 versus 258. He's hit 5 home runs. Most of the damage, though, is against right-handers with 12.
95 on that last fastball. And it's 1-2 on Muncy. Anderson letting that big dog eat right now.
Well, there's no movement in the Rockies bullpen. You're gonna let him go. And I'm not counting 95 pitches as his last pitch either if he ends up at 96 right here.
And a high fly ball to center. Charlie will come in a couple of paces. And a great job again by Anderson. The controversial walk to Puig, not an issue as Barnes grounded into a 5-4-3. 2-0 Rockies go to the ninth. Well, the Rockies riding Tyler Anderson. He's taking some more notes. Buddy went over. And Spilly, I'm with you. He may let him go.
Yeah, why?
The Rockies have not
let
had a complete game this year. Heck, there's only been 5 in the National League. It's a little easier in the American League because you don't have to worry about the pitcher hitting. There's been 17 this year in the American League. Just 5 National League complete games this season. Chris Iannetta. And Yimi Garcia's first pitch, a slider, swung on and missed. Garcia, third pitcher after Rich Hill went 6 2/3. Hill pitched a great game.
Yeah, Hill was
ordinarily
fantastic.
be singing his praises. 1 run in 6 2/3, 6 hits, no walks, 10 strikeouts.
Well, with the star like Rich Hill, it's another reason why you try not to look at wins
This
and
ball
losses.
hammered deep left field. This one's going to get out. Iannetta joins the solo crowd. 3-0 Colorado. He got a breaking pitch and he absolutely hammered it.
I'll tell you what, this hammered curveball right here is going to guarantee that Tyler Anderson stays in the game. He starts that 9th inning. Extra insurance for the Rockies. 3 solo shots against the Dodgers team that's just been on fire hitting homers. Here come the Rocks. Hanging curveball from Yimi Garcia.
Sixth of the year for Iannetta. And the first pitch to Cuevas is high, ball 1. Well, remember, it's less than a week ago where the Dodgers hit 7 solo home runs against the Mets. Catcher never gets to celebrate long. Can't even hang out by the water cooler very long. You got to put your gear on. Ball and 2 strikes on Noel Cuevas. Garcia's got a big arm. Surprised at the batting average this year against Yimi.
He's got a good live arm, and now it's 5 home runs given up in 17 innings.
That's a lot.
Well, we pointed out that this Dodgers bullpen over the last 5 games have been giving up quite a bit of runs.
That 2-2's fouled off as well. Wade Davis is beginning to throw in the Rockies' pen. That's stabbed by Garcia. Got to bring up Gerardo Parra for the first time. He stepped into the ball game an inning and a half ago defensively for Pat Valaika. Who Wants Tacos? Fans, follow us at AT&T Sportsnet RM on Twitter to receive alerts for the Rockies Taco Special when the Rockies do score 7 or more in a game. Tyler Anderson walking to the on-deck circle. Parra sees that pitch skip by his feet. 1-0. So I mentioned there's only been 5 complete games, Billy. And most of the guys on this list are guys you go, yeah, expect that. Patrick Corbin, Arizona, right? Becoming an elite pitcher. Mike Fultonevich had a great year with Atlanta.
Yeah.
Big arm. Jamison Tyone, former #1 with Pittsburgh. Guy by the name of Max Scherzer.
Never heard of him.
Haven't heard of him. He's good. Pitches for Washington. You got to watch him pitch sometime. Be impressed. And Miles Michaelis. I didn't have Miles on the list.
He was in Japan last year.
Was he? Oh, you know what? They just pulled Tyler Anderson from the on-deck circle. So he will not add his name to that list. Slider on 2-0, 2-1. Cinco is going to be the pinch hitter.
Bummer. I thought the extra insurance run would give him a shot. 106 pitches is a career high for Tyler Anderson. He ended up at 96 pitches tonight.
Well, I'm sure the question of Buddy, and Buddy does not do anything on a whim. He has volumes of information at his disposal, and he'll look you in the eye, and certainly he'll be asked, though, afterward about the decision and why he decided that 8 is enough.
It'll be the 4th time through the lineup tonight.
And that probably plays into it.
No, there's no question that plays into it.
Parra goes down, 2 outs. That'll bring up Cargo. And you know, another thing, right now you're guaranteed, short of a disaster happening in the 9th inning, if you're Tyler Anderson, you're guaranteed to put your head on the pillow tonight and feel extraordinarily good about what happened. Now, if you were to go out in the ninth inning, maybe get nickel dimed, and all of a sudden give up maybe a couple of markers, you're taking some of that with you. I mean, there's all sorts of things that go into a decision like this, but listen, those were 8 gorgeous innings. 2 outs for Cargo.
And his 1 walk is under review.
Yeah, agreed.
There's a red flag on I have the red flag on the field right now for that one.
97 swung on and missed.
So the last Rockies complete game will still be Tyler Chatwood, who threw one April 15th, 2017 against the Giants.
I remember that game. Was that a 2-hitter? Cargo 3 for 11, couple of doubles in the series in San Francisco. Cargo will be back in the lineup tomorrow. It'll be Germán Marquez against Kenta Maeda. Rockies will see another right-hander on Sunday in Ross Stripling. He's having a really good year. Chad Bettis will have the baseball, coming off a terrific performance. Outside, 3-1. Here's the matchup tomorrow, and tomorrow's a Fox game, folks. And back home, it'll be on a little after 5 o'clock. Marcus and Maeda.
And for Germán, he's coming off a really rough start, but far more comfortable on the road. Cargo needs a new bat. Germán has 4 quality starts. .214 batting average against him on the road.
Cargo with that swing of his, which is so beautiful, but it's a lengthy swing. He breaks as many bats as anybody in baseball.
The year he won a batting title, he probably had as many broken bats as he did hits.
Three-two on Cargo. He almost had a check swing hit there. Is that Joe Beimel who got the baseball there?
It looked like it. Same number 97. Beimel wore that number 97. I believe his first child was born in 97 or something like that.
Three-two. And a strikeout of Cargo to end the inning. Another solo home run in the ninth. This time it's Chris Iannetta leaving the building. 3 of them tonight for the Rockies. And now they're looking for 3 more outs at Dodger Stadium.
Rockies looking to win 3-0. Dodger Stadium. All fans attending the Rockies Diamondbacks game July 10th will receive a free LED bulb upon exit, courtesy of XL Energy. If it lights up blue, red, or green, you can win a prize.
So in the bottom of the 9th inning, Wade Davis takes over after 8 gorgeous innings from Tyler Anderson. And Wade will face the top of the Dodger lineup, looking for his 23rd save of the year. And this is 27th opportunity. Been a couple of blips on the radar screen this year, but overall the league's still hitting just 189 against Wade.
22 saves. Just making sure he gets command of his fastball. Has 4 pitches, former starter. Trying to get a good feel for what you have in the bullpen. There's a difference when you get on that hallowed mound with the adrenaline. Trying to get the feel for that pitch.
And the fastball fired out by Taylor. 0-1. Taylor 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts tonight. And a deep drive to right in the bottom of the 1st inning on the first pitch that Anderson threw. Cuevas caught it crashing into the right field wall. That's the hardest hit ball all night against Tyler Anderson. You see Jenny on Twitter. It's the longest outing by a Rocky starter this year.
Well, he's extremely aggressive with the fastball. We talked about that with Tyler Anderson, making sure he wasn't nibbling, making sure he uses his defense. Only 5 walks in the last 33 in the 3rd inning for Tyler Anderson.
0-2, curveball. And Taylor's gone. Back-to-back curveballs. That one he couldn't stay off of. 1 out in the 9th.
Center fielder, number 14.
Well-located curveball. It starts about belt high, and the bottom drops out of it. We'll see pitchers love to use their curveball a little bit more at sea level. You get a lot more bite.
Kike Hernandez 0 for 3. He too struck out twice against Anderson. Fastball off the plate, ball 1. Anderson and Valleca.
You see the aggressive swings from the Dodgers, down 3 runs. They're still firing their best hat.
One and one on Hernandez from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And this will be the 2nd out.
Third baseman, number 10.
2 gone, and Justin Turner coming up. Tyler Anderson has now made 10 road starts. He's the only major league pitcher who has not suffered a road loss this year.
That's good, right?
That's good. Anderson. Very close, but called the ball. 1-0. And this ball has hit the deep left field, and no shutout for the Rockies. Turner homered in the 9th yesterday. He just homered here in the 9th, so it's 3-1.
Mentioned earlier, when you're watching the Dodgers, they're taking their full slug hack on at all times, and this is a fastball above the belt. They're taking a pitch, borderline pitch, called for a ball. 1-0 count, extremely aggressive, gets the bat head out in front. Second hit of the night for Justin Turner. 5th home run of the season.
Bellinger 1 for 3. 3-1 now, 2 outs. Third ball's low.
Just with that swing, you can tell the difference in the electricity at Dodger Stadium. It instantly turns on the crowd.
Sure, and the key is clearly that you got to get Bellinger. You don't want to deal with Kemp where he's all of a sudden the tying run. Pitch off the plate, called a strike. So it's 1-1. Let me clarify one thing I said about Anderson. It's the most starts, 10 on the road this year, without a starting pitcher suffering a loss. There are other starters without a road loss, but not as many starts. 2-1. That's a strike on the inside corner, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Three and 2.
That last strike always feels so elusive, especially here at Dodger Stadium late. Backdoor cutter just off the plate.
Got him on a curveball, ball game over. Turner hits a home run, so the Rockies don't get the shutout, but they get a most important 3-1 victory to start the second half of the season. In game number 82, it will read on June the 29th that the Rockies won at Dodger Stadium 3-1, and that man threw an absolute gem. Tyler Anderson, as strong a performance as he's had in his young big league career, 8 shutout innings, allowing just 4 hits. Only one of which was really squared up at all. A walk and 8 strikeouts. A solo home run from Pat Valaika, a solo home run from Nolan Arenado naturally, and a solo home run from Chris Iannetta. Job well done.
Rockies with their own fireworks display before whatever happens after this game happens. Good to see.
Great to see. Fun one to watch, and it'll be fun to talk about for our gang back in Denver. We get it to Connor McGahey right now. Connor, all yours.
For your Dodger, go Rob.